Good morning, Unity of Medina, and welcome to the month of September. I hope you all are enjoying your Labor Day weekend. You've worked for it. I'm Linda Stalvey, and we know that we don't have to be physically present in the building to join together in spirit. I'm glad you are here with us today online. Today's service will actually be a continuation of the message of gratitude started by Lisa Ryan last week. So I'd like to start by expressing my gratitude for the team that put this service together today, those that are in the building and those who are not. To Reverend David, who continues to heal while he also continues to lead, and to each and every one online today. We're celebrating our spiritual community. We will now have our opening song.
Yeah. I know you guys have heard this before, so I hope you sing along at home. I have some help today. Thank you, guys. Is not the answer. The answer is within you. War is not the answer. The answer is within you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Angie, and Wendy, and Karen. Definitely on point. You've said it all. We don't have to say anything else. If we can now do our core values. It's interesting with the core values. Let's take a breath as we start these and kind of center. It struck me last night as I was preparing for this that these core values are more like vows that we make to each other, ourselves, our community, and the world. So let's take some time and affirm together the core values of Unity of Medina. Integrity. We act with integrity by building trust and ensuring the highest good for all. Joy. We sizzle with enthusiasm for life. Acceptance. We mirror God's unconditional love and acceptance of one another. Love. We behold the divine truth in everyone. And spiritual growth. We are focused on expanding the expression of the divine essence of our being. The power for the month of September is order, and order is the outgrowth of our complete agreement and cooperation with the spiritual law. As I light the green candle today, please recite our affirmation.
My life is balanced and in order. All is well.
And our daily word for today is balance. With God, I live a life of balance. Work can be a fulfilling use of my talents and efforts. I may enjoy the challenge of growing in responsibility and using my ambition to accomplish great things. But if I work too much or for too long, my energy might start to wane, and my thinking become dull and uninspired. Likewise, too much leisure time may rob me of motivation and pull me into a spiral of inactivity. Spiritual practices bring precious balance to my life. Through prayer, I touch eternity and feel the presence of God within. Through meditation, I focus my mind and feel calm and grounded. Through speaking affirmations, I claim divine ideas and act on inspiration. In gratitude, I find balance in God, the one presence and one power in my life. And today's passage is taken from Job chapter 31, verse 6. Let me be weighed in a just balance, and let God know my integrity. And now Angie will prepare us for meditation.
One breath at a time. One breath at a time. That's where grace comes in. One breath at a time. One breath at a time. One breath at a time. That's where grace comes in. One breath at a time.
I would invite you to remove anything that you may have in your laps. Feel your feet centered on the floor and sit comfortably. Invite the energy of Mother Earth up into your body and invite the energy of Father Sky down from the crown chakra into your body. And let those two energies of heaven and earth mix and mingle in that body, supporting the duality of which we are. I would invite you to focus on your heart, to bring into mind a person for whom you love. Think of times with that person. Think of places with that person. And let your heart feel the love. The power of the heart is so much stronger than the power of the brain. Use those memories and those thoughts to generate the love power of your heart. Feel the warmth within your chest and let your heart expand to envelop that person. For love knows no boundaries, and it crosses all barriers. Now think of a place you love, a part of the Earth Mother where you feel safe, nurtured, content, and surrounded by beauty. And let that feeling and those thoughts into your heart, and let your heart beat forth the love that you feel for this place. Let it expand and expand as far as you are comfortable. And finally, bring to mind a thing that brings that feeling of love. It may be a pet, a photograph, a cherished object handed down through the family. Bring that into your heart as well, and let it stimulate the feelings of love. There is no power greater than love. As your heart fills with love, offer your silent thanks for these experiences of love in your daily life. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the floor. Move your hands and fingers and feet. And come back to this time and place, knowing that you are love. And so it is.
So I picked a little folk song for today that I found on the interwebs. Thought it was kind of appropriate. This is called Grateful. Right? I think it works. Grateful for the little things, for one more day, for the bird that sings. Grateful for a hand to hold, little children's smiles, sunset beaming gold. I'd be grateful too. Grateful for a window view, the sound of rain, a friend that's true. Grateful for the seasons change, the leaves that fall, the spring again. And if I can be with you, I'd be grateful too. Grateful for a healing heart, new beginnings, a brand new start. Grateful for forgiveness gifted, a warm embrace, and a sad soul lifted. And if I can be with you, I'd be grateful too. Grateful for a sunny day, a soft snowfall, and a change of pace. Grateful for a familiar face, kind-hearted laughter, and a bit of grace. And if I can be with you, I'd be grateful too. And if I can be with you, I'd be grateful too.
Thank you, Angie. Surprise, surprise. Our topic today is gratitude. Last week, Lisa Ryan had invited us to start 5 ways of expressing gratitude. And I hope you had the opportunity to play with some of those options. I happen to be a big fan of gratitude journaling, and I love to do it in colored ink. And I know there are many ways to express gratitude. So what we are going to do today is something a little bit different. We are going to have 4 members of our community talk about what gratitude they have for Unity Teachings and for Unity of Medina. Speaking today will be myself and Karen Malloy, Wendy James, and Raina Huff. So since I'm up at the platform, I will certainly start out. I was introduced to Unity in 1991 during my second of 4 years of ministerial school at the National Spiritual Science Center in Washington, D.C. We were studying comparative religions and visiting a variety of religious communities. Unity of Fairfax was one of them. I vividly remember my classmates and I saying that if we weren't at NSSC, we'd be at Unity. Fast forward a few years, when my daughter was ready for preschool and the Spiritual Science Center had no children's program. We wanted some spiritual structure in which to raise Bryn. So off to Unity we went and had that same feeling so many have walking in the door. We had found our spiritual home. Bryn loved Mr. Julius, who was the preschool teacher. Mr. Julius was Unity of Fairfax's Fred Hatch. Chandler discovered that the minister, Reverend E.J. Niles, was a woman he had worked with at the Pentagon who retired to go to ministerial school. They shared that, "Oh, you too" moment. And I was happy to be making friends with like-minded people, many of whom are still friends today. I love that Unity is not dogmatic. I can retain my theosophical and metaphysical leanings from NSSC, which was life-changing for me, and still feel comfortable at Unity. The Fillmores were contemporaries of the authors I studied: Alice Bailey, Rudolf Steiner, Helena Blavatsky, and many others, authors of what became the New Thought movement. There is room for varying beliefs within the Unity umbrella. Believe in reincarnation? Great. Don't believe in incarnation? Hey, that's okay too. And as a former Catholic, I love that Unity is not a patriarchy. I can be who I am and what I believe at Unity and not have to watch what I say to whom on the threat of hellfire and damnation. When we knew we were moving to Medina, I was overjoyed to find there was a Unity church there. We had visited Westlake and the Berea Unity churches when we were in town visiting my folks. I was in contact with Reverend Barbara before we moved, and in the midst of reorienting from 33 years of life in Metro DC to beautiful rural Medina, I had spiritual stability and a ready-made family. Bryn had YOU. The friendships she made at retreats and rallies are still strong all these years later. I am grateful for the structure and spiritual offerings of Unity of Medina. Reverend Barbara for her pioneering work in this community, like-minded friends I have made since coming to Unity of Medina 16 years ago now, time flies, and the spiritual teachings that underpinned our family and were part of my parenting. I'm grateful to be part of a community where folks step up to volunteer to keep things running or to offer their talents, a community where we help each other in times of need. I'm grateful for the spiritual leaders and musicians who have served this community. Reverend Barbara, Reverend John, and now Reverend David are each bringing talents to us in divine time and order. Our music directors, too, have each put their individual talents into our community in divine time and order, ministering to the congregation by touching and opening our hearts with music. It's common to be moved to tears by Unity magicians, the magic magician musicians. Thank you, Angie. Our speakers, from Aramaic scholar Dale Allen Hoffman to sound healer percussionist Jim Donovan to last week's guest Lisa Ryan and so many others. They have touched my heart and opened my mind, oftentimes, I believe, changing the trajectory of my life by changing my thoughts. I'm grateful to be part of a community that welcomes all and provides space for groups such as OutSupport and AA. We see the Christ spirit in all. I'm grateful we are an anchor of practical Christianity in an area where we are vastly outnumbered by conservative religious. I am grateful to be part of a community that has fun together. My name is on a plaque as a member of the first winning team at Unity of Medina's first golf scramble. That was the first time I set foot on a golf course, no less. I raised my eyes toward heaven and remembered my dad's encouraging words as I got ready to tee off on that first time. Women should stay off the golf course. As we lost members of our community, I'm grateful for gatherings at celebrations of life rather than funerals. As one who has more life in the rearview mirror than I have ahead of me, it's consoling to shed the Catholic view of death with the and to emphasize the continued, albeit changed life. Celebrations of life do not eliminate grief, they honor life. And during this pandemic, I'm grateful Unity of Medina is putting the health of its congregation first by being conservative in coronavirus protocols. I've always felt that Spirit picked me up and moved me to Medina. I had escaped Ohio once and had no intentions of ever returning. When that voice kept telling me to move back to Ohio, I kept telling it no, I'm moving to Asheville. And then the voice called again. And again, I said no, I'm moving to Charlottesville. The third time, the voice said, move to Ohio. I said I give up and moved. So I'm grateful to Spirit for guiding me to this location and this church. At NSSC, we used to say that service was a way of life. I'm grateful to belong to this community and serve it with whatever talents I may have. And now we will hear from Karen Malloy.
Good morning, Unity of Medina. I'm also grateful. And one of the things I'm most grateful for is one of our core values, and that's acceptance. And as we said earlier, we mirror God's unconditional love and acceptance to one another. So acceptance is a core value of Unity of Medina. We hold this value as a foundation to our spiritual practice. Unity teaches positive messages that supports each person on their own unique path to understanding, the power and the presence of God in everything, everywhere. I didn't grow up with a lot of acceptance in my life. I belong to a different faith, and that faith said, only our faith goes to heaven. And I just couldn't understand that. Even as a little girl, first, second, third grade, it didn't seem right to me. My loving neighbors, my teachers, the librarians, the bank tellers, all these friends and adults, they were all going to hell and I wasn't just because I was of this faith. Honest to goodness, it just seemed so wrong to me as a little child. I just couldn't believe it. Can you imagine everybody going to hell but one faith? So when I came to Unity of Medina, this is the first Unity church I ever went, I just felt so blessed that acceptance was a core value, and we accepted you where you were in life, in your journey, in your faith, in your practice, in your lifestyle. It just really profoundly shook me from when I was a little girl and had those memories that were so strong in me still. So I really appreciate, like Linda says, that we're home to Out Support, we're home to AA. You know, we've had practicing Catholics in this church, Buddhists in this church, a Jewish family in this church, and we all coexist and honor each other. It's just really, it's a wonderful feeling. It truly is. So Unity focuses on not what divides us, but what we have in common that unites all of us in the human family. Unity has many teachings, all which are taught with understanding to take what is right for us and leave the rest. We have no creeds, we have no doctrines, we have no dogma. And as somebody that grew up with a lot of dogma that I didn't understand, as the whole class would be reciting it all together exactly, I guess I'm saying catechism, there was no understanding. It was just rote recitation. Because the only living spirit of truth is which unites us, not divides us. We can identify what's true for each person and honor that. And what we like to say is many paths, one light. And I really find this in Unity of Medina. So thank you, everybody here, everybody at home, everybody that's touched me in Unity of Medina. I want to truly say, namaste. I behold the light in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Now we'll hear from Wendy James.
Good morning. How intimidating is the experience of walking into a new place, a new experience, alone for the first time. Probably not up there on any of our lists of favorite things. So when you have that experience and you walk in and you're enveloped in a feeling of warmth, a hug or a hug virtually, that is a wonderful experience. That is an encounter to remember. Then when you walk in and you're encountered by a few people that you are familiar with, or people to whom it is very important that you feel familiar quickly, that increases that experience. That's what hooked me on this community from my very first time I walked in the door. kept me coming back so that I had the chance to understand and experience just what a degree of acceptance and openness and love was available right here in this building. Our founding minister, Barbara Rebar, used to include a statement in the opening of each service. It began, "No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, we welcome you." Music to my ears. If your experience along the path has taken you to those rigid, narrow confines of doctrine and dogma and left you with a very bad taste in your mouth concerning any churchish experience or involvement, how refreshing to find a place where diversity is celebrated, not squashed and quelled, where one's true self can be expressed without judgment, a place where uniqueness is celebrated, where we can stop the insanity of trying to fit square pegs in round holes and just allow one another to be who we are. This is fertile ground that allows, expects, and facilitates expansion and growth in one's spiritual evolution, where this growth is encouraged and fed, and there is no limit to the awakening of our true selves. Just a sigh of relief to find such a place. I love that this environment of acceptance, in this environment of acceptance, we can disagree and still love, respect, and cherish one another right where we are. That we belong to a group that's very name has in it my word when I became a member here, community. Friends who in many instances have become like family, the warm hug of feeling comfortable in my own skin, the reasons I am grateful for Medina and Unity and this group of people is you, each of you. I invite you to close your eyes for a moment. Picture all of the people that you have encountered in this space and in other Unity churches. All the people who have become so dear and who have helped you along this path. I hold each of us in my heart. We are what makes Unity amazing. I'd like to share a reading from you, with you. It's of unknown origin, but it just really struck me. I belong to a community of wise, wonderful humans. We are the kind who speak our minds, who give from our hearts. We work hard to raise the vibration of our world. We laugh hard and we cry with anguish when we need. We love fiercely because we first love our own authentic selves. It is what we do. It is who we are. I'm grateful and so delighted to share space on this minute, spinning blue-green sphere with each of you. I'm thankful for all the ways you enrich and influence my life. I'm thankful for being a part of this powerful, passionate group. I hold each of us in my heart. We are Unity. Unity begins with you, every one of us. And I am grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. And now we're springing Raina from the tech table to come up and to share with us her experiences and gratitude for Unity of Medina.
I'm winging it.
Wing it.
I don't know why I need to say anything because you three kind of topped it all, but I'm name dropping here. Kathy Sullivan was the one that brought us here. My wife was like, hey, there's this church in town. We should go. And me being having some negative experiences, I was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. Then we were fostering, well, we still foster kids, and a program came about called Affirm Me, which is basically just safe homes for LGBT kids in the system. And we had received a phone call, and we were talking, and that phone call was Kathy. She said, hey, I play music at this church in Medina, and you guys live in Medina, and it's open and affirming, and you should come. So we came. You walked in the door, and you just felt it. The energy, the acceptance, the love, the community, the overwhelming sense that, okay, I'm home. There is unity in community because there's a community in unity. And I feel it, I believe it. When our youngest was in the hospital, you guys stepped up, it was awesome. I'm just grateful. That's the only word I could say. Wendy actually did my laundry, folded it, washed it, brought it. It was awesome. You know, the meal train, the calls, the texts, the support, it was awesome. But yeah, you just feel it, grateful. We're all different, but it doesn't matter. Purple, blue, green, pink, yellow, gay, straight, any letter of the alphabet. Yeah, you know, our doors are open and it's awesome. Now I don't know if you can get rid of me. So, thank you.
Thank you, Raina. I think we have a new tagline, unity and community and community and unity. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Thank you all for sharing with us today. And I'm sure those of you online, you were probably nodding your heads and going, yep, me too, me too. And that's the beauty of unity, is that we do share on so many levels. And we will continue to do that as we grow in love and grow as a community. Okay, we do have a couple of announcements. Actually, one basic announcement. Nancy Williams is going to be doing a book study September 15th, 22nd, and 29th at 7 p.m. How open-minded are you? Well, if you're in Unity, we kind of know the answer to that. But anyhow, the quote here is really mind-tickling. Ye are out of balance, and your standard of living is so close to a nightmare that we are sure ye must all be asleep. So join the book study and find out what that is about. And now it's time for us to bless each other. And those of you at home, please join us. Those of you here, we should have we have the slide up. So let's bless each other and this wonderful community of unity. We bless you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Thank you for being here physically and online, because we know we are all joined. This is the time in service where we generally bring forth our tithes and love offerings, whether that is through your check this morning, through giving online, or through your mailed-in check. I would invite you now to bring to your mind and into your hands your love offering, and let's affirm together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we are grateful.
am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I would invite you all to picture our table with the prayer box and the box for checks and our globe. And as you visualize that, may I pray. Father, Mother God, we give thanks for each gift and each giver. We see each one blessed and are indeed grateful for the prayers in the box and for the prayer requests in the hearts of each one joining online this morning. We know together that each one is blessed with the love of God, a love that will bless and guide each prayer. And for the earth, we see together the continued awakening of the gift Mother Earth is to each one of us. We pray all these things in the name of the living Christ. Amen. And now, whether you are with us here or home online, it is time for our peace song. And our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. May you all have a wonderful week and find much to be grateful for.